Hi, everybody. All right, this is the third time I've been trying to do this. This is Christine Bertram coming to you live from the Hive in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. There it worked, I think. I've got people that are trying to find me. I'm like 3 minutes tardy on Facebook now. So I'm hoping that this is going to work. This was the third time, and it should be the charm. So let's just see, guys. It's there, yay! Okay, so we're gonna give some people some time to roll in here. There we are. Oh, Danny's wondering. Let's just respond to her real quick, guys. Sorry, I've got some newbies that are joining me tonight. So let's give them a second to see if we can get in here. Nobody else is on here. Oh, a couple people are watching, so that's good. So the first time I forgot to even link it to the Facebook, Cards by Christine. The second time I never hit the button to select it. And then the third time I'm like, oh, I think I got it right now. So hi, Faye from Virginia. Hey, Mo. How are you doing? So I know, oh, we got a few people now. I'm sorry, that took a lot of work to like make it happen tonight. I went through 2 minutes of talking to you guys, and then I'm like, oh, I should probably find it just to make sure I'm live. And I'm like, oh, I'm not live. Hi, Jewel. And I realized I never linked the event title to my Facebook page. So now I feel like I've already done the introduction, and you guys, I don't know if you got it or not. So hi, Kay. Hi, Jolene. Thanks for joining. Hi, Kathy King. Danny, you made it. So Danny, you probably didn't find me right away because I had some technological issues with, it was all the operator. I forgot to link it to Facebook. So hi, Sharon. Thanks for sharing it, Sharon. It's always a tongue twister when a Sharon shares it because it's thanks for sharing, Sharon. Hi, Diane. Lifesaver dropped off some foam strips for me today. Hi, Linda. Okay, so I was saying on my first round before you guys saw me live, I was like, wow, like where did this week go? Does anybody else feel like this week has just been crazy beyond crazy, more than ever with craziness? I think it's because of all the holidays and with stuff with presents, and we don't generally do a lot of presents within the family. We look at spending time with each other as family, as like gifts. So, but we really went crazy on the Christmas cards this year. Woo. Thanks for sharing it, Danny. So hi, Randy. Christmas cards, you guys. So I generally, in the past, I always have about 50 that I send out to friends and family. And then I always had about 100 that I sent out to customers, people who have purchased from me in the last year that are card makers and that appreciate homemade cards or handmade cards. And that number like went you guys have been phenomenal. So anybody who's gotten classes from me or who has purchased from me, I have you in a database. And so I made sure to send everybody a Christmas card. You guys, it was like 300 people. Oh, thanks for sharing with some friends, Faye. Hi, Francie Freeberg. Francie, listen to me. I've texted you and I've emailed you. And this is a good discussion point. The Winter Creative Escape is next month. It's January 9th and 10th, I think. And you're signed up. I have a hair that's hanging out of my ear. Francie, you're signed up, and I don't think I got your registration form back. And I need to know if you're participating in any swaps. If you're doing it, I know you're doing it online, but are you doing any swaps? So I had registration closing for the Winter Creative Escape yesterday. It's an event for demonstrators that I'm hosting. It's live in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. I have about 35 people signed up for this gigantic ballroom that we get the whole entire space to ourselves that fits 400 people. So you guys will be practicing social distancing at its finest. But I also have about 15 people signed up for the virtual online. No swaps. Okay, thanks, Francie. I have about 15 people signed up for the virtual. So I think I have 52 people signed up, and I am planning for 54 kits. You guys, I make kits in quantities of 4. That's just how I operate. So I have 2 spots left that they are first come, first serve. The cost is $150. All the information is on my website, cardsbychrisb.com. and you just go to the events for January, and you can see I wrote a book about it. It's a lot. Hi Karen What Sign. Hi Chris. Okay, so hi Mary Carls, hi Amy. So if anybody is a demonstrator and looking to do this event, you do not have to be on my team to do this event. You can be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator or a discount shopper. It is going to be amazing. So much fun. So that's just a reminder. Thanks, Francie, for helping me remember that. So, yeah. So, okay. Cards. We were talking Christmas cards, guys. Crazy. I'm curious. In the comments section, how many Christmas cards did you send out? Did you send out 2? Did you send out 10? Did you send out 20? Did you send out 100? I'm curious. How many cards did you guys send out? You know, we're card makers. It's really crazy. Any card that I get in the mail, I cherish because it takes time to send a card in the mail. And it doesn't matter if it's handmade or if it's bought. It's so awesome. I've probably gotten about 40 cards, so it's pretty awesome. Hi, Cindy from Rhode Island. Adam! You're in Florida on vacation. Did you break April's foot yet? Adam, you better not be in a prison or like in a jail for causing a ruckus. So guys, I work with Adam and he pops on every now and then. So we have 160 that Deanne made. That's awesome. Robin, 25. Sharon, 165. Okay, see, those are some big quantities of cards. And, you know, it's nothing better than getting a handmade card. K47, 60. Hi, Amy. How you doing? So I am super excited. I think it was Amy that messaged me yesterday. And she signed up for the Snowflake class and she signed up for the class tonight. And I mailed those kits on Saturday, December 5th or 6th, whatever that's the 5th. She just got her package yesterday, guys. So one class tardy, one class on time. I'm so happy they were both in that package. So 15 for Cindy. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Karen. Scott, 51. Awesome. So yeah. So I feel like that's what my mom and all of our spare time we've been doing is working on Christmas cards. I kept the pattern very, very simple. So it wasn't crazy. And Bonnie helped me do a lot of the die cutting. Some of you got snowflakes and some of you didn't. She made about 160 snowflakes, which was about half. So half of you got snowflakes and half of you didn't. So, oh, that's just how it goes. Mary made 40. Awesome. Okay, so how many of you guys watched the Craft Roulette last week? Hi, Barb. Hi, Angela. Craft Roulette was last week. I will tell you, honestly, girls and guys, I was sweating a little bit. I was like, oh, I think that like the exhilaration of preparing a card without knowing what I was doing was a little, made the blood flow a lot. And I will honestly admit I was so excited and nervous at the same time, but it was a lot of fun. Thank you to everybody who watched. Hi, Rhonda. Rhonda, your order is hanging underneath the counter in the mudroom, so you can pick it up anytime. Hi, Sue. So the Craft Roulette, it made me a little nervous. It was definitely an exciting and fun thing to do, but a little nervous at the same time. Hi, Anne. I will do it again. I'm looking at the calendar for a Friday night in April, and so hopefully we get that on the calendar. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. Did you have fun? Like, did you make a card along with? I think some of you did. There's a whole blog post that Mary created, and I have to share the link with you guys so you can go out and see what she wrote. It was super fun. Hi, Arliss. Yeah, Craft Roulette. I never thought in my head that like Frosty the Snowman could have orange on his nose and be carrying a present and that it could have worked. So I completely diverted from Christmas. So it was good. It was good. It was a lot of fun. So she does that every Friday night at 6:30 Central. So you guys can always tune into that. If you're looking for more fun and inspiration, then just tune into her fun show, FUNN. Hi, Joanna. Okay, so I want to give you, my hands were moving so fast. Every part of me always moves fast, it seems, Mo. So, paper pumpkin. So I have to give you guys a heads up. Next week, Thursday night, I won't be live. It is Christmas Eve. Hopefully you guys will be doing something fun with the family or on your own, or however you choose to celebrate or not celebrate. That's completely up to you, but I won't be live. I will probably be at my parents'. My brother is hopefully coming down from Stevens Point, and we want to play some, oh my gosh, I just learned how to play Risk. I had never played Risk. So we're going to play Risk. Tyler really likes Risk. Hi, Jenny. Virtual hugs to you too. Hi, Denise. So next Thursday, not live, okay? So don't tune in. And if you don't have anything going on Monday, or if you want to catch the replay, Monday night is at the moment set for Paper Pumpkin Night. Now, I checked the tracking on my Paper Pumpkin. It's supposed to arrive on Monday. But I think all of us know that we cannot rely on the U.S. Postal Service at this moment in time. So I will let you know if the mail comes on Monday and that Paper Pumpkin is not in there. I will reschedule. I just don't know when. Probably Tuesday night. It's date night Tuesday night, but we might have to do Tuesday night. So, all right, I'll keep everybody posted. So next Monday is Paper Pumpkin unless I don't have it in the mail. So that means that the following week, also that Thursday night is New Year's Eve. And I won't be live. I am actually going to have a Festivus for the rest of us and invite some friends over for a little gathering at my studio here. Hi, Carol. And so I won't be live on New Year's Eve either. It is actually the eve of my birthday. So if anybody didn't know that, my birthday is January 1st. And so I will be having a gathering at my place here on the eve. And that means that Mystery Card Night is earlier in the week. So just so you guys have your calendar straight, it's not Monday like it normally is. I have my winter bingo on Monday night in person. And so Mystery Card Night is Tuesday, December 29th. Hi, Melanie. And my paper, yeah, Karen, yours shows Monday too. Well, yeah, it shows Monday, but will it actually show up on Monday? That's the question. Hi, Marlene. So Mystery Card Night is on a Tuesday, and so I don't want to, you guys, our schedules for like the next 2 weeks are going to be like haywire. So I did publish last night all the measurements for the next Mystery Card Night. They're in Facebook in the event that's on December 29th. They're also on the Cards by Chris B website, and they're also in an email. So if you're in my email group, you would have gotten an email about that at 5 o'clock tonight or so. After I finished work, I sent that. So hi, thanks for sharing, Arliss. All right. Oh, happy birthday early. Thank you so much, Cindy. Oh, the big 4-1. I don't know where the last year went. We all know it went crazy and fast. So that's just a little preparation. I don't have any cards to show. Oh, I do have some cards to show you. Last night I worked on some cards. Oh, I have to show you. I'll flip down real quick to show you what's coming up. I got this as a gift. I just wanted to show you guys what you can do and make paper crafting into little treatsy bags. So Denise Benerick made handmade caramels, and she put them in this awesome little package for me. So I can't wait to eat them. So that's one thing. And this is a card that I worked on last night. So this is for a swap that I'm signed up for in my Uplines group. And so this was using some of the new product that is available for Celebration. These little things, they're called Opal Pearls, and they have sparkly in them. So this is what I've been working on. It won't be a class card, but I just thought I'd share a little swap card I made with you. This guy is one that I've been working on too. So I'm not done with it. You guys, I'm showing it to you early just to show you what I've been working on that's non-Christmassy. I still got to color the dude here. Next Friday is Christmas Day. Yep, you got it. So I might have meant like in 2 Fridays, Denise. Yep, Christmas and then a week later, New Year's. So I got to color this little dude yet, but there's a card that I'm working. This is also a swap card for a swap that I'm signed up. So I just wanted to kind of show you what I've been working on that isn't Christmas related. So, okay. Schedules and catalogs. I know that a lot of you who did the Snowflake class and this class together, I had sent catalogs with those kits. And so hopefully a lot of my not in-person customers that are not local to me got their catalogs. A lot of my local customers have gotten their catalogs as well. If for some reason you haven't gotten a catalog from me and you've purchased from me within the last year, I usually do about a year, reach out to me and we'll make connections to get you a catalog. If you're local, I have them available for pickup. And if you're not local to me, you don't have to pick it up, I promise. I'll mail it to you. So, hi, Carolee Crab. As long as, yes, Brenda, as long as 2020 is behind us and we all are hoping for better in 2021. Yes, I definitely agree with you there. So, oh yes. So I think that most of my customers should have their catalogs by now. Also, just a reminder, the year-end closeout is going on now. The clearance rack was updated last Thursday. A lot of that stuff has already cleared. So many people came to me after the fact and said that they looked at it and then they went back to look at it later and they were disappointed because a lot of the things that they had seen were gone. Okay, I have a little trick for you guys. Don't go back into it later. When you go in, make sure you take whatever time you need to purchase the things that you want, because it is literally what happens is as you're shopping, things disappear. So, I'm glad you got yours too, Barb. Hi, Dorothy. So you guys, so the best way to not be disappointed is once you go into the clearance rack, just buy what you want and then safely exit with your pocketbook a little less heavy. That's all I can say. I mean, I literally was in there first when it went live and 2 things disappeared from my cart before I checked out. So I don't want anybody being disappointed. It's just better get what you want and then get out. So, and hopefully alive. So hi, Roberta. Okay, so the year-end closeout, the holiday catalog, that goes through January 4th. And you guys, things are already disappearing out of there. So don't wait on that one either. Like the Mary Moose stamp set's gone. And I know that there's other things. The Cherish the Season. Oh, the Bella one where I just showed you that candy tag topper. Those dies are gone. The In the Pines dies are gone. There's the Snowflake adhesive back sequins are gone. There's things that are disappearing. So don't think that you're going to go in 5 days and try to place an order to get everything that you want that you didn't get, because it's going to be potentially gone. As we get to the end of the catalog period, it's while supplies last. Okay, so yay. All right, so Kelly has a brief public announcement regarding Technique Thursday. Today is Thursday, and if you guys probably noticed, I bet, show of hands, how many of you realized that there was not a Technique Thursday today? And I didn't realize it till Kelly texted me maybe an hour ago and said, Chris, I've had problems uploading this Technique Thursday video all day. So that is why Technique Thursday isn't uploaded yet. She said, be patient, and as soon as she can get it figured out why it's not uploading, it will be uploaded. So Technique Thursday is coming. All right. And then after we do our 3 cards tonight, everybody, I'm going to be announcing the winners of the Snowflake Splendor class cards, the 4 that we made last week. So yay. All right. So on that note, ready for some stamping. I want to do roll call. I don't know where I have my, hang on. I'm going to do roll call and I made sure not to have sweatpants or like my jogging pants on tonight in case I needed to get up. Hang on. Oh, it's right here. Let's go. I want to give a big shout out and thank you to everybody who's doing this class with me tonight. And there's quite a few. I'm just going to read them off rather quickly. Just to say thank you for signing up for this class, either by paying for it or placing an order. You guys rock. I'm amazed that it was like I had 20 people that did this online version. So Ellen Brover, Lori Kaiser, Angela Tucker, Dee Serena, Bobby McPherson, Mo Stites, Danny Olson, Mary Carls, Bonnie Gravelin, Judy Foskey, Kathy King, Amy Ponce, Barb Barco. You guys know I'm not the greatest at last names. Leslie McMinn, Rachel Horsch, Sue Volz, Jolene Schrei, Kay Warren, Susan Schaefer, and Rhonda Ayers. That, like, awesome. You guys, I'm amazed. So this class I originally was always in like the low 30s to mid 30s, and now I made 40 kits for this one. So that's awesome. We're growing and growing and growing. Hi, Kate. And looking forward to seeing, yes, Kate, that's awesome. So you picked up a paper pumpkin from the mudroom. And so, I'll tell you guys, it's not really a mudroom. Yes, sweatpants are super comfy. I'll tell you, I need some ideas. So before I make these cards real quick, it's always good to get ideas from other people on namings of things. So, Ponce, okay, perfect. So the girls on my team, so I'm Christine, and my team is the Be Happy Stampers, and we're all a bunch of busy bees working around in this hive. So we call it the hive. You guys, we named the Roomba Buzzy because he buzzes around the floor and he picks up all of our dimensional backings and all of our scraps that land on the floor. So here's the deal. I have a mud room. And it's not really a mud room. It's a part of my house, but it's really not inside my house. It was an extension. But it's basically, I have a 12-foot long countertop. And underneath it, I have a metal rod with hooks. And I hang bags there for my customers to come and pick up their orders. And their names are on the bags. And so I always say, you want to come into the mud room and pick up your order. Well, it's not. Like, I want to have a cool name for it. So anybody out there that is into bees or honey or anything that has to do with that, like what is a room that's not the hive, but a room within the hive, like that we could call the mudroom instead of calling it the hive. Like when customers came and picked up the orders in front of my house, I had a garden hose container and they called the honey pot because there was a lot of sweet things in there, like our new Stampin' Up! Goodies. So I'm going to leave it in your hands. Give me some ideas on what we can call the mud room. Oh, Melanie, the Roomba is named Dusty. Oh, that's a good name for the Roomba. The honey pot. So the honey pot was the garden hose container in the front of the house that is being retired. I'm going to put it as a decoration in the landscaping when we redo the landscaping. So the honeycomb. Okay. Yeah, the honeycomb. That's you guys, see? That's what we needed. And they're the honeycomb room. Yes. You guys are all telling me the same thing here. The honeycomb room. I love it. Okay, the honeycomb room. So that's, I think, what we'll call it from now on is the honeycomb room. So it'll be very fitting for us with the Be Happy Stampers. So, okay. Are you guys ready to stamp? I'll be honest with you. I looked at my card kit. So I always, when I'm designing the cards for class, I always make 4. One, I set aside all the bits and parts and pieces for the online version, and the other 3 I make up. And sometimes I do more stamping, and sometimes I do less stamping for the online version. And so I looked at the cards today, and I'm like, oh, I did a lot of stamping ahead, so there's really not much. It's more like assembly for me tonight and talking through it. So we're going to start with, I don't know. Everybody loved all the cards. So I have these 3. I'm going to flip them down because we're going to get started. And what I have here, I tried, when I designed these cards for class, I tried to do wintry cards. So I wanted them to be potentially, if you needed more Christmas cards, that we'd have Christmas. But I tell you, about half of the people used them for Christmas cards and half of the people used them for non-Christmas cards. All these great minds think alike. I love it. Okay, so which one do we want? We're going to save you guys. I'm saving this one for last. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to work my way into this one because we got lots to go over with that one. So we're going to set him off to the side. I think I love this one. Judy Immel loves this snowman too. I love it too. So we're going to do this one first. Okay, this one actually has some stamping to do with it. So we're going to pick that kit first. Get these off and out of the way. So we have a winner. The honeycomb is what we're going to call the room. Instead of calling it the mud room, it's the honeycomb room. And that's where people pick up their orders. Awesome. Okay, so for those of you who are doing kits with me tonight, the colors and, I even have my cards in here. Look at me go. My measurements for everybody. So you have a piece of Just Jade. I love this Just Jade and the pool party together. There's just something about it that it just grew on me. And this is your traditional 8.5 by 5.5. I have yours scored at 4 1/4, and you can see I actually have mine scored tonight too. Grab your bone folder. Yes. So tonight we have 2 simple cards, but we also have the slider card. So disclaimer too, you guys, I emailed everybody who signed up for this class that did the online version that I had to mail kits on the 4th of December or the 5th of December, whenever I mailed them that Saturday. My Buzzy Roomba did not pick up an arm after I ran him that night. Like, there was an arm on the floor. So you guys, if you're missing one of these, I'm going to see it right here. If you're missing an arm, you have to let me know. I will throw an arm in the mail for you if you need an arm. Oh, I can take this cord out of here. Let's just do that because that's just hanging out in the way. So if you guys are missing an arm, let me know. All right, so this is your card base. It's horizontal. I do a lot of vertical, so make sure you keep it horizontal for when you're putting it together and do your inside. So then you have 2 pieces here that are the exact same size. This is the pool party, and you have Whisper White. It's 5 1/4 by 4. It is just a traditional mat that you're going to use. Make sure you keep the white for the inside. You have a piece of designer paper. The designer paper is from the Snowflake Wishes or Snowflake Splendor, it's the Snowflake suite of products, and it has 2 sides. Every DSP has these 2 sides, and I'll tell you, some people chose this side. I didn't have it intended for it to be this side, But somebody did this the other night and it looks super cool having this as the background. I'll show it to you before I put it together. But the reason I had done my sample like this, you can see, is the snowflakes are bumped up. So this is the winter snow embossing folder. It has little baby snowflakes all throughout it, and I don't know if the camera, oh yeah, you can kind of catch it. So you guys, one thing you should do is emboss your designer paper. It just adds another element to designer paper. All your cards you get in the mail, you could make album. Oh yes, exactly, Denise. You could definitely do that. So, definitely don't forget to emboss your designer paper when it works out. So this is the piece that's going to go here. This measures, I made it 3 inches by 5 1/16, and that fits right in here. Now, this is a piece of white that, hi Katie Schmidt, this measures, you guys, I learned in class that some of you ended, I don't know how I did it, and maybe I did it, I don't know. Some of you, mine ended for some, this is 5 1/16, but some of you I did at 5 1/4, I believe. So your white piece might be as long as the pool party here, and that's okay. It looks really pretty. So it looks like your snow goes off to the side and then your snow goes off to the side. Definitely leave it like that. You don't have to trim it down to be like how mine is. Honestly, it looks good both ways. And I found in class, I don't know how I did it, but some people's were as long as the pool party and some people's were shorter. I can't even begin to explain it. But for all of you guys in class that are doing this with me, you have this piece right here. And it is got little polka dots that you're going to have to take your pick tool and poke them out. Because I tell you, honestly, I don't sit and pick out all your little parts when I do die cutting for you. So, hi Kathy Beck. Hi Lisa Nealon. Hi Carissa. So if you're wondering about this hill though, the hill comes from a die set. It's called Curvy Dies. This is available now. It's not shown in any catalog. It was an add-on, like supplemental suite of products, and it's carrying over actually to the new spring mini catalog. So there's a stamp set that goes with it. Hi, Missy Brenner. So what I did is I already die cut out your hill with the little polka dots here. So this die, when you get this at home, you have to be careful. Honestly, I wasted so many papers in the poinsettia. When we did the poinsettia class, we used this die. So one side does not cut, and then there's a lip on this side, and that lip is what cuts. And when you cut it on here, then you get the polka dots. So like if you hold the die like this, you get the polka dots on it. If you hold the die like this, it's gonna cut the polka dots on the top and not the bottom. So you got to learn how to use this die. Honestly, it took me about 3 tries of getting it wrong, and I'm like, every time I had to recut paper. So that's the curvy. That's the curvy die. There's some also other curvy dies in here, and these go with the stamps. So that's the curvy die. So everybody's got that. Now the stamp set that I'm using for this card is a carryover item. Hi, Janet. So this is snowman season. And I have, Denise, you're going to have them on your list, I'm sure. This is snowman season, and it was introduced in the holiday catalog last year, and it actually made it into the annual catalog. And there is, look at that, there's a rhinestone on my punch, and I always say hi to you in the punch. There I am. So this is the Snowman Builder punch, and that's where I punched, so if I flip it here, that's where I flipped and punched out your arms. Okay, so we're going to be using some of the stamps from here. So for those of you who did the online class with me, I don't know if you have stamps or not, or what you have or you don't have. So what I did for you is I punched out your hat and I punched out a snowman. But I also gave you, I think I did, I gave you a piece of white paper. In case you don't have this exact stamp set or this punch, if you have something similar at home that you could put on your scrap paper, you could use something else. So I'm almost positive I gave you it for this one, but I forgot to do it for the next card. So we're going to do a little bit of stamping here. The Let It Snow, oops, I got dominoes going on. So the Let It Snow is stamped in Just Jade, and that's from we just got started, Janet, so you're quite all right. So we're going to grab out the piercing mat that I switched out the paper today, guys. You'd be proud of me. I usually let things go until until I'm like, I can't see where I'm stamping. So with the foam ink pads, again, you don't have to squish very hard. And I'm just gonna stamp that right about there, okay? So because this is a photopolymer stamp, it was really nice. You could see right through it. If for some reason you do not like how you stamp this, you can flip it over and stamp it over here and put your snowman on this side. It's really okay. Just know that there is a back and a front to when you die cut pieces out. When you die cut, you usually get a rolled smooth edge on the top, and then the bottom is usually a little bit rougher. So if you feel you can feel the difference when you run your fingers over those. Is there any way we could get the pieces stamped if we chose to? Yes. So, okay, let me show you. So you guys have, let me hang on, let me get a piece of Whisper White here, just to show you guys what, oh, I'll show you. Okay, here, wait. We're gonna take this piece right here. We're gonna make it work. So watch this. So you guys, for those in class, you said, is there a way for us to get the pieces stamped if we choose to? So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to show you, I don't wanna cut the hat. So if you look at the punch, you can see that there's a hat right next to it. So if I go like this, the hat's gonna, I'm just gonna do this because I wanna show you guys what I gave you. And you guys remember the little trick with this, you just go like this. And so I gave you guys all a snowman that looks like this. Now, are you Danny? I think that you're saying that you have the stamp set, but you don't necessarily, I think that's what you're saying. So I'm going to, because this is a photopolymer stamp, if you have the stamp set, but you guys don't have the punch, you could just hover over the top, and because it's photopolymer, you just be careful and patient and get it lined up, and you can stamp it like that, okay? Now, let's say you don't have this stamp set, but you really like the stamp layout. This is what I would suggest to you. So this is me going back to like second grade, like how can I make this work? So you don't have to necessarily stamp it. You could, if you wanted, you could just draw little buttons where you think they're gonna go. If it's, okay, it's for when we don't have the stamp set. I want my cards to look, oh my gosh, Danny, you want them to look, I mean, so many people want them to look exact. Yeah, it's hard to if you don't have the stamp set, but I wanna show you here what you could do to make this, oop, I went a little bit big. So I'm making my own, I'm just coloring on here actually, and he's got little eyes like this, and then his little carrot nose. Let's see which way should his little nose go. Okay, I'm making a carrot here. Okay, not bad. This is me freehanding this. So these cards were a little bit harder because I don't, again, I don't know who has what. You could if you wanted to. So you saw that there's a black outline around here. And I don't know how much you guys trust your hands with drawing like this. But this is called freestyle hand here. So I'm just drawing, and I'm not being exact. I think that the harder I try to be exact with drawing a line, the worse. So I'm trying to make little swishy, swoopy lines here. So if you don't have the stamp set, watch, this is, I grabbed myself a Sharpie, a thin Sharpie, and I'm just going around here. It's not gonna look exactly, but I want you guys to still be successful with your cards. So like, okay, so this is not it. We're gonna wrap a scarf around and put diamonds on, and we're gonna color his nose, and he's gonna have a hat. So you think it might look a little bit kiddish right now, but honestly, like if you put this on a card, it would be pretty close to, like nobody who gets this would know the difference, that it wasn't stamped like stamped the exact same way. And we can do the same thing. You guys all have like a little hat too that you can do. But not the outside edge, had to turn it over. Haha, the hat was hard, but I managed to draw it. And there you go, see, you drew it in yourself. See, this is thinking outside the box. And oh, you guys, when we get to this card right here too, yeah, that we'll talk about it there as well. Okay, so here we've got Frosty, but I'll go with that one because I'm gonna be giving this card to somebody who wins the drawing that I do. So we've got that stamped, but now what I did is, if you don't have the Just Jade ink, if you have something similar, that would be good. I I like to sponge. Hi, Ellen. I like to sponge the tops of the snow hills here. Sandy does some outlining sometimes on her wood projects. Yeah, perfect. All right, so I'm just sponging a little bit of Just Jade to give it a little soft border. It'll make the snow hill pop out a little bit. All right, so Just Jade then, our inside here, as long as I have that open. I actually was going to leave the inside blank, but I realized, oh, here's my sample. That's what we're gonna do on the inside. I'm not gonna put Merry Christmas. I'm gonna leave it so that whoever gets this card will be able to use this for whatever they want. So I have to find, I think I'm done with the green, so let's get this out of the way. This guy is one of my most favorite stamps. I'll be honest with you. He's part of this set. He's right here. He's adorable. Like, he just looks like fun. I like him a lot. So that's what we're gonna stamp on the inside. So let me grab here my white piece. You guys, I feel like I have space, but I don't feel like I have as much space as when we were in the makeshift hive. I don't know why that is, but so Tyler's gonna do me, he had an idea. My phone stand is on a stand. He's gonna attach it to the wall, and he's gonna attach the lights to the wall, and that'll give me a little more counter space here. Thanks for sharing it, Sandy. So this little guy is gonna go here. Thanks for sharing, Donna. I appreciate that. So we're gonna stamp him in the bottom corner. Now again, if you guys don't have this exact stamp set, look through what stamps you do have, and you can find something wintry and use that instead. So I'm gonna make Brandon proud, and I'm gonna clean these up while I'm at it. So this is the Stampin' Chamois, and it is $8. You can get it through Stampin' Up. The cases come from Stampin' Up as well, and they just help keep your stamps clean. Oh, we're gonna do this guy while we're at it too. Get him good. Okay, so as long as we're at this here, coloring. I have some colors. I've got Pumpkin Pie. I grabbed a pink, which this pink is Melon Mambo. I've got a gray, a Just Jade, and these are for the other cards. So what we're gonna do is, you guys, I could have definitely for the craft roulette done a Frosty holding a present. So we're just gonna color his nose there a little bit. Thanks for sharing, Hillary. And then these rocks we're gonna do in gray granite on the bottom. Oh, you know what? I have here Seaside Spray, and that can be used on the snowflakes that are coming down just to make them a little bit blue. So there, that's all I'm gonna do on this one. Hi, Mary Jean. Okay, so you guys, we need a hat yet. Oh, let's color that real quick. We just need his nose on here. Okay, so for the snowflake, so for Frosty here, I think in your kit you guys got a long skinny piece like this that you could have, if you had the stamp set, stamped him down here and the hat at the top. So one of the tricks that you need to do when you have punches is you need to look at where stuff is positioned on here. So if you would have taken like that big piece of paper like I had when I started, it wasn't big, it was small, and put that in here, it would have cut out the white hat on the side here. So what I wanted to do was make a strip going down the middle so that it would cut out the snowman. But now I have a hat, and the hat's gonna be over here. So it's always a good idea to look at how your stamps are orientated, so the punch is orientated so you know how to stamp. So knowing that, I'm gonna stamp my hat right here like that so I can come in at a side angle here. So that is in Memento. So like Danny said, she hand drew her stuff, which definitely works. And you could get pictures of it off of the cards that I have, or if you have a Stampin' Up! Catalog, you could look at that as well to get an idea. But you could outline the hat and then draw a little, the little ribbon, that thing, and then the little holly and the berries. So it'll be more art-like then. There, so that's how I punch the hat out. Okay, so let's get that scrap over here. And so this has a little coloring on it as well. When I designed these cards, I wasn't sure about making them too Christmassy. So I went with pink berries actually, guys. I was like, oh, that looks pretty with the Just Jade. And then instead of using a traditional green, I used the Just Jade, which matches the card base really nicely. So that pulls that out. And then I did a gray hat here. So this like gray granite, you could use smoky slate. But you have just a little area here that needs to get colored. So look at this, you guys. I'm I didn't do by the magic of television here for you, but look at that. We got that little hat. Okay, I think that's it for coloring. So let's move this stuff out of the way. And I think that we're ready for assembly. So what I'm gonna do is glue his little hat on the top of his head. So you could use a glue dot for this, guys, if you wanted to. So I'm getting to the end of my glue bottle here. So I just put a little dot of liquid glue right there. And we're gonna attach his hat just so that it's right above his eyes. You can make it cockeyed if you want. Hey, Frosty's got style. You can make it not, or you can make it straight up and down, but I'm gonna make mine a little bit slanted. So give that a second to dry. Now, his arms are here. We gotta make sure, I had a couple people get crazy and put Frosty down before we had a scarf on and before he had his arms on. So it's really important. I pull out the glue dots for this. You wanna put his arms on. So a glue dot works good because then you don't have to wait for it to dry. Or liquid glue, you might get it all over your fingers. It's a small area to work with. So I put the glue back there, and I'm gonna grab one of his little stick branch arms. So this is crumb cake. So for class, I just had a scrap of crumb cake, and in class, we just punched them all out, but I wanted to see his arms. I'll be honest with you, the stamp set has arms here, but I figured if I gave you guys the crumb cake, then they had color, and you didn't have to worry about stamping it all. Okay, so for his little scarf, the scarf comes from this Just Jade. It's an in color ribbon, and it comes in all 5 of the in colors, and it's really a soft cottony ribbon. And how I did that is I put a glue dot on the back of his neck, and then I attached that in the back. And last night Judy tied hers into a knot and made it like that was really crossed. I didn't do that. That was too much work for me. So I just put a glue dot down in one like that. And then, excuse me, we're gonna put another glue dot right on the top and then bring that other one over the top of it. Now, you can cover up that one right there. I don't remember if I gave you guys 3 or 4 diamonds for in here, but if you cover up that one, then you don't have to worry about it. But if you have it up higher, then you'll need a diamond for right there. So basically that's how I attached his scarf. And then let's move our glue dots out of the way. We can do a little bit of get glue happy here. So I wanted to show you guys what this looks like and play around with your paper. So the Snowflake DSP, this pattern paper was purples and blues and splatters all over. So depending on what piece you got, this might look cool and it might not, but that's what that looks like with this. So some people chose to do this orientation for their card, and then Frosty would be here. But I love these snowflakes on this card because it brings out the Just Jade. So I'm gonna choose to go for this side and just put a little bit of liquid glue on there. And now you can pick how you want your snowflakes positioned. So I want the blue one here to be behind Frosty, so I see more of the lighter ones that match the card. And you have, it's not quite 1/8 of an inch margin, but just get your 3 sides all even like that. All right, and then for the snow, you guys, if you've been watching me for a while, I think I've been teaching you that you can use multiple adhesives on things. You don't have to always just use dimensionals or liquid glue. So there was something about snow hills where I like them flat on the bottom and popped up on the top. So what I'm doing here is putting a little row of dimensionals, and they're mini dimensionals. If you have big ones, that's great too. But I'm gonna do then liquid glue along the bottom here, and then over on this side. So in essence, it's gluing the bottom flat, and it is gluing, popping up the top. Now, check your paper, like the length of it before we get started. If your white goes all the way to the pool party, go for it. It looks cool that way too. So what you can do though, like for me, I guess I didn't do that. So I'm gonna try to match mine up here and get my same margin all the way around. And so you can see that it's got dimension at the top here, and then it's flat on the bottom. And then that can go ahead. Jean, I like the snowflake side too. It's so pretty. And then we can put this piece down here. And we'll glue. Frosty is gonna do the same thing. I like to pop, so I'm gonna grab a dimensional to put here for his head. And then I'm gonna grab another dimensional for right about there. And then we're gonna glue his bottom down flat. So that he's grounded. And so a little glue on the bottom there. And then he's gonna go right about so. And almost there. We're gonna stamp glue the inside. Now, you guys, whatever stamps you have at home, go ahead and stamp. I wanna leave it just blank. So then at some time in the future, if I needed this to be, if I wasn't giving it away, I could use it as a birthday card. You could use it as a thinking of you card. It could honestly be a winter you get well card. This card could be anything. It's just so fun and upbeat. So that's in there. And now last but certainly not least, Rhinestone Cowgirl. I said that so many times when I hand out rhinestones, you guys. Okay, so these are the Stampin' Up! Rhinestones. I think that, so there's 3 different sizes for the rhinestones. There's big, medium, and small. And for this card, the big ones looked okay, but the medium ones actually fit the best. And I think I might have given out a combination of big ones and medium ones. And then one small one goes on his scarf. So let's get our pick your tool here and use it so I don't have to struggle with my nails. Okay, hi Stacy Ray. So that guy's gonna go there. Now, I have a little secret for you guys. So you can use all of these blends. Kelly did a tip Tuesday on coloring your embellishments and your ribbon with your blends. Well, that's great and that's awesome, and they match Stampin' Up! Stuff perfect because the colors match. But I'll be honest with you, if you color a whole sheet of rhinestones with the nice fine point of your pretty marker, you're gonna demolish the tip. And I don't like wrecking my Stampin' Up! Tips by coloring embellishments all the time. Like, it's okay every now and then, but I really wrecked a pretty peacock marker by that not too long ago. So honestly, you guys all have black Sharpie markers at home. I left this one up to you guys. So take your black Sharpie, and honestly, if you have every color Sharpie under the sun, you can use them to color your embellishments too. But there's something about this tip, it's not meant for coloring. So it's not gonna get wrecked as fast as your fine, delicate tip on your blend. So take your Sharpie, black Sharpie, and you're gonna color your rhinestones with that, okay? So that's the black. I honestly prefer using a scissors. I just get it. I can control exactly a little bit better where it goes. So color those and put them right onto his charcoal buttons here. And voila. Okay, we're not done. We still have to Stella something in case Jean Maxwell is watching. We are going to Stella Frosty. Whoa. I don't know if you guys saw that. His arm completely changed colors because this guy is filled with rubbing alcohol. So it's a little bit runnier than normal. But we're going to Stella that. We're going to Stella our little berries at the top. We're going to Stella our little leaves and our hat. You guys, you can also Stella his scarf here. So give that a little bit of bling here. And then we're going to trim his scarf just a little bit. So I know the scissors work really well for me, Barb. Okay, so grab your ribbon scissors and we're going to trim off a little here. And I think we're going to try to do this side a little bit as well. Boom. Oh, yeah, that's good. You know, ribbon is one of those things where you can't do just a little bit without doing too much. So sometimes it's best leaving things alone. All right. How do you like it? Isn't it fun? He's so, like, just picture any color combination with this. You could do it with pinks. You could do it with blues. So you Stellaed the white on the snowman. Yes, good call. So definitely, like, you could definitely do all the white on your snowman like Angela said she did, just like that. You have to be very careful though when it comes to his face. Like if you put rubbing alcohol in your Stella, you don't want to like smear back and forth. You just want to get where the white is. Otherwise it will make it bleed a little bit. So love me some Stella. So true. Okay. Yay. One done. On to number 2, everybody. So I would be so excited to get this card in the mail. Somebody will in the future. Okay. Oh, this guy is so amazing. He is so beautiful. Okay, so this is the old time snowman. And let's see here. Let's see here, guys. I have the kit right here. So, okay. I have to be honest with you. I had this set up on the Stamparatus, and I threw out my mat. Oh man. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna work with it. So I'm gonna show you guys, I'm gonna show you this, how to do this, because this is a great tip to do, and I gotta go get a big shot to do this, but this is the die set, and then this is the stamp set. So it's called Snow Wonder. The dies are called Snow Time dies, and they're actually being carried over to the spring catalog. So these will be available into the new catalog, the new spring one. So they will not retire with the holiday mini catalog. The bundle in itself, though, is retiring. So you can't get the bundle discount. You always, in the catalog that a bundle is offered is when you get the 10% savings. So I'm gonna show you guys a little trick here. So we need that, and we need our dude here. We need our snowflakes for the inside, because I don't think, oh, yep, we'll do some snowflakes. And, okay, you guys, if you've been watching me, I've been loving the Seaside and the Misty Moonlight. So, it was perfect for this wintry card, right? It's just, it's so pretty. And then the Evergreen Forest embossing folder, that is what was used in the back. That is also carrying over to the new annual, the spring catalog, I think. One of the catalogs. So what we've got, well, let's get our diamonds over here. We'll need them, but not right now. So the Seaside is your 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Bone folders over here. All right, so that's prepped and ready for us. Again, it's another horizontal card. I've been doing a couple horizontal cards. So the white mat on the inside is the 4 by 5 1/4, and that sentiment comes from the stamp set as well. Sending you blessings, peace, and magic this Christmas season. So that's there. The Misty Moonlight is, what size is that guy? Misty Moonlight is 5 1/8 this way by 3 7/8. And then this white that goes on top of it is 4 15/16 by 3 11/16. So just a little bit less. And I think that's about it. You guys also will have in your kits at home, you will have a white guy like this. This white Frosty. You guys will have to keep me honest. I think I put in a piece of white about this size as well, in case you don't have this Frosty. You might have a different snowman that you can use. You might have something else altogether, but I tried to put a piece of white and then also this. So you guys, by the magic of TV, I noticed that I have my guy here. He's already colored. So one of the things, though, about this stamp right here, when we stamped him, he stamps very, very light. So I want to show you, we're going to take a few minutes. I'm going to show you the Stamparatus. Let's just move this stuff out of the way. The Stamparatus is a stamp positioning tool. I really wish I went to throw my template away, but this is the Stamparatus. I think that it retails it for $49. It's worth every penny. And you get 2 of these plastic plates with it. One can go on that side, one can go on this side, and then you can interchange them. And there's also magnets that help hold your paper down. You can store the magnets on the back. So this is a stamp positioning tool. So how we had this set up last night in class is the Frosty doesn't stamp very dark. He actually stamps pretty light. And I wanted to do 2 rounds of stamping on Frosty. So what I did is I set him up on the Stamparatus, and let's grab a piece of white here. So hang on a second, and we're gonna grab the cutter. I'm gonna show you guys how to do this. So we're gonna cut, we're not gonna lose him. Did that ever happen to you where you set something down and you're like, where's my stamp? And it's like, oh, he's stuck on the back. That happens. All right, so let's cut ourselves a piece of white here that's big enough for Frosty. So like something like this. And then a piece like this. So you guys that were in class with me last night, the first thing I did was clean up the Stamparatus, and I definitely did not save the template about what I'm about to show you. So this then is, so this is great too. If you guys do swapping at all and you need to make multiples of one type of card, this is a great way to do it as well. So what I'm going to do, this is very important. You want to line it up in a good spot. So I'm actually going to line it up with this Stampin' Up! Logo down here. I'm going to put it so that I just see this black edge of the line. And I'm going to tape my corners down. It's 50. Yep, it's 50. That's right. I could have sworn it was 49, but 49, 50, somewhere around in that ballpark. Worth every penny though. So this, I'm just going to be doing the corners very lightly just to hold it in place. And I'll grab one more. So I use old washi tape for this. I have no idea what brand this even is actually, guys. It's just old washi tape that I use for this kind of purpose. So we're going to put our snowman right here, and we're going to line that up. And what happens is, hi, Melissa. So I'm going to turn this going this way. And it always is helpful to put something underneath here, like not that ink pad because I need that one, but like this ink pad. So it keeps this arm flat. Otherwise, it goes diagonally backwards, and sometimes it's hard to stamp it that way. So what you're going to do then is you ink this up like this. Now you're going to see what I mean when I say that it stamps kind of light. So this allows you to stamp and restamp it. Like if you don't get it lined up, this is great for words. If you miss a little section, then you can just put it right back down and it goes exactly in the spot it needs to. So you can see it's super light. I know down there it's kind of hard to see, but it looks kind of it looks faded and washed out. Now, because this paper is secure in this area, I can go back and re-ink this again. And I know Naughty Nancy in class last night did hers 3 times. A couple people did theirs 1 time, and a couple people did theirs 2 times. I guess it depended on what kind of look you were going for. But here's the before. I didn't do it, so that's 1 time. And then you ink it up and go again. And now this is a second dose of ink. Do you see how it just looks a lot crisper and cleaner? So that's what a Stamparatus can do. There's like multiple things that a Stamparatus is good for. This is one of them. Now, again, if you wanted to, you could ink it up again and do this like that. It made it just a little bit darker. It just stamps it so that it's a little bit bolder and crisper. So then what I did for class, well, you guys all got the die cut pieces and then a white piece, but in class what I did, I gently took this tear tape away, like just peeled it back so that it stayed there. And then what I did is I took this white piece of paper and I took it to the Big Shot and I die cut this guy out. And it basically left a hole where the snowman is. So now you pretend with me, work with me. The snowman is not here, he's out. I put this piece of paper right back at that spot where I had it. I put the tape back down, and now you've got a template. So if you don't want to go to the Big Shot and like stamp and then die cut, what you could do is you could use a template like this. So pretend that the snowman isn't here, it's blank. Then what you do is you take your snowman, hang on, he's here. So now you could just cut a whole crap load of these white snowmen like this. Like if you're doing like 30 swap cards or 30 Christmas cards or 30 birthday cards, whatever you're doing, you could just go cut them out as white pieces, come over to the Stamparatus, set that in the hole. So you guys remember there's a hole here, I just cut it out. Yep, Stamparatus is 49. It's under 50, guys. So what you would do is you'd put this in the hole where the template is, ink this up, and then you'd stamp it. And then if you want to do a second coat, you could do it again. But this is a way to just use your Stamparatus to just help you be more efficient with your stamping, more precise and more accurate. So, so last night after class, we had a hot mess of Frosty in here. And so I was like, oh, I'm just going to throw it away. So that's why I don't have my template on here to show you guys. But I think that you get the drift. If for any reason you guys don't get what I just tried to show you, I can take a second and I'll go get my Big Shot. I could cut him out and then I can show you. But basically, you cut your template out and then you put your mat back here, your template, and then you can just insert this right into the hole that was cut. So So yeah, all right, so that's a little bit of a learning with the Stamparatus. Then you can just take your chamois and you can go ahead and clean off. Hi, Sandy Patani. I hope you and Paul are doing fabulous. You can clean off your Frosty, and that's how that works. You guys can use wet wipes too on those, but I like the chamois the best. Okay, so that's how that works. Now, through the magic of TV though, I have my guy, and he is amazingly colored and done for us. So, all right, so if you've never seen the Stamparatus in action, that is what that is all about. Okay, so for coloring here, what I did, oh man, what I did, let's grab all of our things back here. So we've got Seaside Spray is what I used for his scarf here, and then I used the Misty Moonlight. I have his berries in the pink. It's actually probably a darker pink. I think I probably used like a dark pink like this, which is actually the dark melon mambo. You got a little carrot nose and then pumpkin pie. His arms are, did you go to Hawaii yet? No, Robin. Hawaii, I'm leaving, I had all my flights booked, but the trip is supposed to be May 15th is when I leave. So coming up. So we got these two colors. I pulled in Old Olive there and then bronze for his arms. Okay, so that's my Frosty. Oh, you guys, if you don't have this exact stamp, Danny, you're going to have a really hard time making it look exactly like mine. But you have an open template to work with, okay? So I think that, I don't know what stamps you guys all have at home, but anything snowman related could go here. If you had a different critter or a different Santa Claus, you could put anything right here. So we're going to set that right there. All right, I think we're done with markers for right now. We'll just pop them in there. And we have, so this is what I did. I made mine into a happy birthday to you, wishing you your best year yet. That is from a stamp set that is called Best Year. So if you guys are looking for sentiments for stamps, this one's a good one. It has a thank you, a birthday. It has a warm wishes for a happy Christmas, hip hip hooray. To the world, you are dad. To me, you are the world. Very thoughtful thing you did. So happy Father's Day. So that one's a good versatile stamp set. And so that's over here. And so I've already stamped my sentiment on here. So we're going to make this one into a Christmas card. So what we need for that then is, we used this one a lot. The warm wishes for a happy Christmas. I have no way I can make, no, Daddy, I don't even want you to try to draw that snowman in. You would not like me at all, I think, if you tried to do that one. That's not a good one. So, all right, so I'm going to grab this guy right here. So all you guys should have your embossing folder piece here. So that's one way, and then that's more inverted. You can see the dimples down. So that to me is the back. And we're doing Misty Moonlight for this one. And Misty Moonlight is one of the ink colors here. You guys, I have my ink pads down here, so it was right there. I could grab it. So we're going to stamp that near the top here. Yeah, let's see here. So this isn't a photopolymer, so I'm going to wing it and just hope it turns out straight. A big hot dog. Danny, I would love to see that nose looking like a big hot dog. Oh, that looks nice. Okay, so that's good. Oh, we gotta leave this out here. So we're gonna do some snowflakes, guys. So this one here has this little baby snowflake set, and I have it at 2nd and 3rd strength. In classes, I had Seaside Spray available as well. But you go 1, 2. Buckle my shoe. 3, 4. So we're just putting some snowflakes all around the top of the card, like they're falling from the sky with the greatest of ease. I'm gonna do one more set right there. Okay, the other way I did this too, which was super cool, is I went around the outside. So here's another way that you can decorate the inside of your card if you like. I just made a perimeter all the way around. Hi, Elaine Reback. We are on to our 2nd card right now, and we are making a snowflake flurry right now. So this creates a really cool border, if you like. So you could put that on your inside and that looks really nice too. Or you can have snowflakes falling down through the sky. So either one works. Just wanted to show you options. Let's, a little fuzzball going on there. Okay, I think that we are ready to assemble. So it's really funny, you guys. When I give you ribbon and it's around a card like this, you think it's wrapped around twice, but I'm a ribbon conservative. So what you want to do is fold it in half and you're just going to tuck your tails behind. So prepping you for that. Don't get excited about trying to wrap it around. All right, so but first, we have to glue this piece down. Now, this embossing folder makes your paper really bumbly. And that is a word I just made up at some point in my life. It's bumbly. So I do put more glue on the back of something that is embossed with a lot of texture like that. So a little bit more glue on that one to help keep it flat. And that goes onto our Misty Moonlight mat. And now grab your tear-in tape and we're gonna make our little bit of a ribbon sandwich so that our ribbon can go down on the back side. And I've got it about 1 inch from the bottom. So I put the tear tape on the back, pick that off. And now that you have your ribbon folded in half, you can twist it or you can keep it straight, however you want. Also, sometimes you see the white and sometimes you see the blue. This is Misty Moonlight with white and silver. It's part of the Flowers for Every Season ribbon combo pack. You might overlook it. If you don't like one of the ribbons in a certain combo pack, you might overlook the whole pack. But this one, bumbly like the honey pot. Yep, it's a great word. I love the sparkliness of this. I had a Flowers for Every Season class in the summertime, and we used this around the lid of the jar. So just depending on how you hold it, you'll see more blue or more of the white. So because I put the tape on the back, it allows me to tuck my tails behind without having to look at the back. Like it keeps the card in front of me so I can make sure I get a straight line. Then what we're gonna do is put another piece on the top of that just to really secure the ribbon so it does not come off. And then we're going to, so on this card, I actually, you know what? I popped it up with dimensionals. Oh, can you see that? I popped it up. So if I'm gonna be popping up the card with dimensionals, what I do is I cover that tear-in tape back up. So now it's not sticky. It's acting like just, so, because if you're popping this whole mat up, then this would stick and want it to go flat. So that's why I covered that tear-in tape back up. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop it up. Why not, right? So when I have a mat that's this big, I generally use 9 or so dimensionals. I don't just go around the perimeter because then your middle gets saggy and you don't want a saggy middle, right? So you could even put a few more there if you really want. Like honestly, dimensionals are a personal preference. I've learned that. But I definitely make sure I get the middle good. Don't forget the middle. All right, so that's gonna go onto our card front like that. Oh man, I got a little bit of blue going on right there, but we're gonna cover that up with Frosty. It'll all be good. Okay, our inside, which one do we wanna go with? We're gonna put the sentiment up, and that little bit of glue. So that's my trick. When the glue starts not coming out, you do that thing. Okay, let's get that on the inside. Just like that. All right, now our Frosty. So I've got him popped up on the top and then I have him kind of glued. What do I have on the bottom? Oh, I don't even have anything. Oh my gosh, you guys, I did. Frosty's peeking out from behind his butt. Look at that. There he is. Let's take care of that. So nobody else will see that happen. You guys, I use every piece of paper I possibly can. And we're gonna actually put a little bit of liquid. You guys, I'm fixing my sample. That's what I really meant to do with that one. So, all right. You guys see underneath my skirt here. Poor Frosty, he had to give a show tonight. Okay, we're gonna do, I'm not gonna put that on. And so, oh, you guys saw underneath Frosty's skirt. Okay, so then we're gonna put a little glue on the bottom here. And that will go like So we're gonna cover, so I got a little blue ink going on here, so I'm gonna cover that up so you can't see that. It's all good. And I saved the bow maker for you guys to see it in person. So if you need a bow maker, I have about 10 of them left, and they are the most amazing tool to make the most amazingly perfect bows. So, and I'm doing a double bow on here because I have 2 threads here, so I want my bow to have 2 as well. So I'm a righty, so I take the loose end with my right hand, and I am loose on the right, and I go around 2 times. So now I have 2 loops on each side, and my end is about 1 inch past the block. I go underneath with the loose end, so they cross and make an X. That loose end goes up and over and under. So now they're both back here again. And I take that loose end and I put it through the hole. And now you can see like the tail is up on the top, but as I tighten, I go down and left and right. So I'm holding the tails now as I go left and right. Oh, Melanie wants a bow maker. Yay. So Melanie, I am going to make myself a note. So we'll make sure that we get you a bow maker. They're like $5 plus shipping. Okay, so now you have not wasted hardly any ribbon. If I said that right, you hardly have wasted any ribbon. And that's how you do a bow. So they are the most amazing thing. I have been using a bow maker for probably 20 years. I attach my bows with glue dots. I do not ever use liquid glue with ribbon. It just doesn't dry good. So one of the things I do is I use glue dots, these mini glue dots that we sell. And then I'll put the center of the bow right in there and I'll press it really good. And as I'm pressing in the middle, I'll pull my tails down where I want them to go. And so my bow looks really nice. And then I will just trim it ever so slightly like that. And so Angela, I magically lost a nail. Oh no! So they're just nails. You would have to go to Kits and File, go to the hardware store, take them the other nail that you have, take them the bow maker, and go get yourself another nail. That I've lost some in the past too, and it's okay. They're just nails. They make more nails every day. Okay, so this guy has some more diamonds. So you girls and guys, take your black Sharpie and color, I believe it's 5 of them. And that's what we got going on. Sharpie got some use tonight. Okay, so grab your glue scissors for that then. And we're gonna put those right on his frontal part here. And then I think oh no, oh guys, okay, here's the thing. This is what I stelled on this one. I stelled all the trees. So, yeah. It makes it look like a winter wonderland. So that's how I do that action when I drop my diamond. Okay, so watch this. Okay, so that's pretty much everything except for Stella needed to make an appearance. So you have this whole winter scene back here. So find all those trees and Stella all of the treetops. So don't have to do, but the bottom, like you basically do the whole bottom, but don't have to do the whole entire card, but just all where you see the trees. But because we put Frosty on already, you don't have to go behind Frosty because that's wasting Stella. Don't want to put Stella behind things, but get everywhere where you see the little tree. Then, if you want more Stella, you could definitely go back and do another coat. So yeah, whoever gets this card, you gotta comment when you get it about all the Stella on this card. It is gorgeous. And then we'll do his little hat just for fun and his scarf. There. So I don't even know. You guys can never really see Stella in the camera. And there, you can kind of see the glistening thing going on a little bit. Okay, yay! All right, guys. 2 done. This one's a Christmas, this one's birthday. Honestly, you could do whatever you want with yours. And, oh, that went right in the bag. Okay, now, are you guys ready for the last one? We're still doing okay? You guys are all with me? Okay, so that goes there. this goes here. So I make a recipe card for every card that I design so that I always have the measurements and I always have what was used in it so that I can refer back to it for future use. Okay. All right, guys, here we go. Here's our infamous spinner card. Who is excited about the spinner? There's our little seal. He's hanging out on his little sled of ice. So he doesn't like to go that way, but he likes to go that way. So this is what we got. We got the Knight of Navy is our card base. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys this. So this is a card that I got from my upline, Kelly Atchison. I was in a swap with her. And this is the card that I used to make this card. So it's the same kind of concept and layout, but different, right? I changed the color patterns. I colored my Frosty different. I used a whole different ribbon. I added more layers. I changed the orientation of where Frosty is. But this was my inspiration for this card. So I always like to share that in case you guys are wondering. I don't come up with all this stuff on my own. Oh yeah. No, but I don't think anybody really does. I mean, I shouldn't say that. People come up with their own ideas, but it's really hard unless you have a lot of time on your hands to sit there and craft all day. I wish I could, but I can't. So this one right here is called Freezin' Fun. Okay. You guys are either going to love this card or you're going to hate this card for those that did the online version at home. I apologize if you hate it, but I have faith, utter and complete faith that everybody's cards are going to turn out amazing. I don't know how, but you guys you're going to make it work. I know you are. So this is the one where I emailed all of you and I gave you all your pieces. I hope so. Well, my mom should have. She was in charge of putting all these little pieces in the kits. So you should have these 3 little balls, but they're little white balls. And those you don't have to be so concerned about. I think you know that they're snowballs. This one right here is a little bit harder. This one is a pile of 3 snowballs. So you've got this triangle looking thing. And that one, you could take a black marker, the Sharpie, like take your black marker and you could draw little circles on that. You really could. Or you could just leave it off your card altogether. I'm curious. I really want to see what you guys make with this card right here. You have your outline of your penguin. You have a snowboard. You have an ice skating board. Well, it's like whatever that slate of ice is. You have the seal. So I gave you in your kits, I know I gave you all the pieces for them. Like that's what it was the intention. But this goes back to what I emailed everybody and I said, I generally would have given you a piece of white paper in case you don't have these things that you can use your own stamps at home to make something else. And I realized that after all of them were in the mail, and I'm like, shit, I messed up because I generally give you guys the extra paper. So anyways, pardon my French. So we're going to make do. So this is the stamp set, what it looks like. It comes with a set of dies. I definitely use this right here in your when I cut out your pieces. This is a snow hill. And I also used, lo and behold, the curvy dies got to work out on this class. I also used this hill right here. And I made sure to take the dots off of it versus having the dots on it. So that's the back hill there. Okay. Oh, I'm really hoping you guys aren't mad that this one's going to be hard. Because generally when I do cards, I try to design them so that you guys don't necessarily have to have the exact stamps. But this one was really hard to do that way. So, because I really wanted to use Freezin' Fun. So I already did my penguin dude here. He's already stamped and colored. Now, this is what you can do, Danny. You can definitely take the stamp set and to the best of your ability, which I know you have great ability, you could try to draw the outlines of these. Like for this seal, you could take and draw the outline of it and draw some little like flapper thingies, and by his tail, like the little lines. You could draw in a little hat and a little face. Penguin, you could pretty much do the same too. Like you could do it the best you can. Color it, draw it in freehand with like a black skinny Sharpie like this, and then color it in. I know you guys can do it. This one is the snowball. So if you don't have if you have these stamps at home and it's too hard to line them up onto these stamps, that's where I would have given you the white paper that you could have stamped them and then die cut them yourselves. These are the two little boards. So this one I colored in the Seaside Spray. This one I colored in Gray Granite. The little seal, for the most part, he's, oh, that's Smoky Slate. This is Gray Granite. They're slightly different. You can kind of see it here that this one's more browny gray and that one's more gray, smoky gray. So that's Smoky Slate, Gray Granite, and his hat is pink and blue, like Malo Mambo Seaside. That guy's hat is Balmy. His scarf is Night of Navy. And then his little feetsies are Pumpkin Pie. So that's what you should have for pieces. I'm hoping that you guys have that. I did not provide a penny for you. I'm hoping that you guys have your own pennies. In your kit here then, oh, I have two bases. I wonder if that's an accent. Okay, so you have your Night of Navy. It's 8.5 by 5.5. Take your bone folder, burnish the edge here. So our bone folder can be retired for the night. And you have a piece of Designer Series paper in your kit. It is 2 by 5.25, I think. Here, let's look what I got here. DSP, 2 by 5.25. Yeah, so fancy. Like, I'm not asking people to draw these freehand. I'm hoping they have the stamp set, right? So sometimes it's really hard though if you don't have the stamp set. Like, what can you do to improvise? And so I'm just trying to give people options as they can try it, but it might not work. So that's where having other stamps at home, like you don't have to have this exact penguin, this exact seal. You can still use that sled of ice and just color the entire thing blue versus having any outline on it. So people are gonna have to get creative with this one. It's not as easy as the last two cards, and it's not as easy as any of the other cards I've done for online classes. So I apologize, but I don't, because it's a super cool card, right? I'm hoping that people are going to be creative and think about how they can make this card without having the stamps, or with having the stamps and just stamping it on white paper. So, yeah, so that's my little disclaimer, Francie. Yes, I know that I was asking a lot, but you know, what happens when you don't have the stamps? You got to figure out something, because it's against Stampin' Up! Policy to provide stamped images to people. So, oh, I know it would be difficult, Francie. Very, very difficult. And I don't know. A lot of people that I know of, did not buy the stamp set. So I'm hoping that people have other fun critters that they can use. So first of all, this is probably the easiest thing on this card, guys. You can definitely glue this piece down, okay? That is your designer paper, 2 by 5.25. That just goes right onto the card base. Okay, your inside mat, let's take care of that right away too. That one is, I did this card, it says, life's better when we're having fun together. And then I did a happy birthday. The happy birthday comes from a grandkid. And so on here, this bunny is actually part of the set too. So again, if you don't have the bunny, stamp something else. That would be super cool. Oh, so Barb is getting this set. Very cool. Oh, and Brandon gave you a penny. Wonderful, wonderful, Angela. So we're going to go ahead and glue this. So if you don't have the bunny, put something else in the bottom. If you do have the bunny, then you can go ahead and color it too if you like. So that's in here. So you could go ahead and color your bunny. Okay, so guys, what you have here is 3 pieces of white. And I used the thick Whisper White. This needs some support and sturdiness. If you use the regular Whisper White, it's a little bit more flimsy. So, and if you guys feel this, you can feel the difference between the thick white and then your white. You can feel the difference. Whenever I do white card bases, I always use this thick white. So you guys have this piece here, which was based off of the curvy die. So that was this guy right here. And then the other one is this guy right here. That matches. And actually, so that's that die right there. This actually goes like, oh man, I did them separately. But for you guys, what I did is I had a 5.5 by 2 3/4 piece, and I ran that die right through the middle so that became this piece right here. And then we have that hill and then that hill. So we have 3 hills, okay? All right, deep breaths here, guys. We're gonna make it through this one, but it's a little bit of a fun movement card. So grab your Night of Navy ink, and what we're gonna do, if you don't have Night of Navy, grab a different blue color. Oh, we gotta have the sample here. Hang on, let's go here. And I believe that I used, nope, that one's the good one. Okay, so you're gonna take this And hi, Amy. You're gonna take this and sponge your Snow Hill. So I had done this on the last card, the Just Jade card, and it just gives your hill definition. If you don't sponge, you really have a hard time seeing. You can see that, like you guys can hardly see that. But when you add this blue to it, you can see the outline of it really cool. So if you don't have Night of Navy, just use any color blue that you have. Some of you guys get paper pumpkin. You probably have a Night of Navy little baby ink spot in your paper pumpkin, potentially, if you've been getting paper pumpkin for a little while. So what I'm doing is just sponging that top edge, and then there's one more here. So we're gonna do this guy as well. So what I love about that die is it has stitching on both sides. It has stitching on the top and the bottom. So that's how, when I cut yours out like this, it cut it and it put stitching on the top and the bottom. All right, so my sponge was leaving little scraps there. Okay, then as long as we're at it too, we are going to stamp our sentiment here. So it's life's better when we're having fun together. That's part of that set. And let's grab that, and we're gonna just see once if we can get that put onto the bottom. You wanna do that now before you get going with putting the card together. So don't forget, guys, too, you can always put your stamps on diagonally if they don't fit good going the other way. And ink that up. I'm gonna go right there. Let's hope that it's straight. Okay, good. All right, I think that's it for the navy ink. So let's get that over here. Okay, so you guys we got the white inside in, we've got our DSP on, and we've got 3 layers, and we got all our dudes here and all of our bits and parts and our pennies. Okay, so there's okay, you guys also have a track on here. So for you guys, I could punch your track, but I wanted to show you how to do it. So this is called the Classic Label Punch, and it is in the annual catalog. And what we need to do is we need to make ourselves a track. And I'll be honest with you, I punched out probably 25 of them, and everybody's are going to be a slightly different cutting, and everybody's going to be slightly different punching. You're never exactly the same. My whole general thought was it needs to go like this. And some ended up closer to the top here, some ended up a little bit further down. But basically you start at an angle like this, and you punch out like that. And you can, I saved all those actually, haha, they're all in a bag, because you know you can't throw away anything like that. And then I'm going at an angle down, and I'm going to end about the same distance away. And as I'm punching, I'm trying to make sure that that window is completely empty of any paper. If you guys, depending on how I punched it, you may have a little bit of work to do. Grab your scissors, and if you have anywhere where I punched it where it has paper hanging, you just take your scissors and you just kind of round that out like that. And I didn't do it on any of yours because I wanted to show you that's what happens. You don't always line it up precisely every time, but you may have to take your scissors and just smooth out any little bumps that are there. That's important because otherwise your penny will get caught. So that's the Classic Label Punch that was used to make this track right here. And that's where our little dude is gonna be sliding back and forth on. Okay, so now we've got that pretty set. What we have to do is we gotta take our seal and our ice sled here, and we're gonna put a little dot of glue at the top of his little ice sled. And we're gonna secure him to it like that. Now, you could switch it and potentially have this dude doing it, but he's a little bit bigger and he would cover up the seal if the seal is over there. So I think everybody pretty much went with the seal on the sled. Now this is like another important thing with this card. You have a track here, and this track is only so big. So big, so big. So what's important is to have, these are the Stampin' Up! Big dimensionals, and 2 of them are perfect. You could probably use the rail on the barn door set to make the slide opening. You betcha, Kelly. That is exactly that's a good tip. You got it. So these are hexagon. You can see that they have 6 points on them. What's super important is that you have, it's point to point. So I'm putting my point to the left and to the right, and then the next one is gonna meet that point, and so it's creating a smooth top and a smooth bottom. Okay, you wanna have them lined up as best you can, because what happens is you take your paper off and they fit in there perfectly. So that's why you use those. You can't just use one. One would make it spin around in a circle. You could use the smaller ones, but they're not as much support as the big ones. So it is good. I mean, if you don't have the Stampin' Up! Dimensionals, just the main objective is that your dimensionals are not wider than this track. After you want to make sure that you also put the seal on the front of where you've sponged it, or the front of the track, not backwards. Otherwise you have to pull it apart. And now that you have that, you just put the penny right on the dimensional. And that's what creates the slide. Now, mine in class, like I showed this to people so many times that it worked really good. When you first do this, your dimensionals have a little bit of stick on them. So it's gonna not wanna always go so smooth. So the more that you do this, like it wears down that little bit of stickiness on the dimensional that's on the top and the bottom. Okay, so boom, you guys, we got our dude on our track. Wonderful. Now, thank you to Diane Bogenhagen. She got these from me. So I had 2 sets of these in my adhesive basket, and I sold both last night, leaving me with none because in class we used up mine for people that didn't have these. But Stampin' Up! Sells them. They're called foam adhesive strips, and she brought these back and dropped them off so I can show you guys how to use them. So they come with 2 packs like that. Like there's 2 pieces just like this. And you could use, if you don't have them, this is how you do it. Your dimensionals, if you have thinner dimensionals like the Stampin' Up! Ones, you need to make a double stack. So you would cut yourself, let's get our glue scissors here. You would cut yourself a strip here, like this, and you would cut yourself another strip like this. So you're in essence creating a double stack. One layer is not going to be high enough. You need to provide a little bit of extra space for your penny to be able to slide without getting stuck. You need some height there. So one way to do it is by creating a double stack with your dimensionals. Now everybody has different dimensionals. I get that. So like Connie, when she came to class on Saturday, her dimensionals are like big puff balls. They're probably 3/8 of an inch high. I don't know, they're super high. But if you have thinner dimensionals, this is what you have to do. You have to create yourself a double stack of dimensionals. So it makes it like that high. Now, Diane, I'm gonna use just a little bit of yours. This is the strips, they come, let's see here. I'm gonna measure one about like that. So we're gonna just cut this for the one. And so they come in strips like this. And then you can take that off and put that on there. And that, in essence, that one foam strip is the same height as 2 double stack there. Okay, so far so good, right? Everybody's good with me. So what we're doing next is we're gonna put adhesive, these strips, all along the back here, and also on the bottom of this guy right here. We're just gonna put one long one. Diane, I'm gonna use another one. It's easier to use the strips than it is to cut the double stacks. So we're gonna take that one, and he's just gonna go along the bottom like that. That's good. You're not going to worry about the top of it right now, but we also need to get more sturdiness and support around here. So I'm going to go back. I don't want to use all of Diane's. So we're going to actually use that end one here, that even though it has all the jaggedy part from the hexagons, and we're going to grab this one, and we're going to grab one more here. So this is how you can definitely use up the edge of your dimensionals. So now this is what's super important. I had mentioned that everybody's tracks are going to be slightly different. The one thing you have to make sure you do is you do not coincide with your penny. You don't want to conflict, or you don't want to be in the way of your penny. So I'm going to put this, I'm going to follow my hill, and when I get here, I might not even put any right there. I might just stop shy and have it end there, because I'm going to even stop back a little bit further, because I do not want to risk my penny coming even close to it. And then over here, I'm good. I'm going to go right there, and I'm going to do a double stack with this little guy here, there. So Like, I am not going to put any dimensionals. And it's okay to not. My light keeps, my guys, I'm sorry. My light keeps getting caught on my arm. So let's get that over there. So far so good, right? Give me some thumbs up if you guys are following along okay. So I'm also going to put one along right here because, again, that's helping support in the middle. And then we're going to grab from here and we're going to put this one over the top of it. And that's okay, it's jaggedy. We're using it up, it's like saw teeth here, okay? So now that's there. Now I need another one on this one. And we're gonna use on this side right here, we're gonna cut this. How many of you have ever made a slider card like this? I'm really curious. I talked about it in class the other night. The last time I did a slider card like this was in a class, was probably back in 2017. It's been a little bit. So I thought, ooh, this is the perfect card to do this with. So we're gonna grab this guy right here and put him there. So we just have this little area left here. We're almost at the end of this one. So just hang on. We're gonna wrap it all up here in a second. Oh, stuff is flying all over the place. So we're going to, Mary, you've never done one. Interesting. So hopefully hopefully you'll get yours made okay. So we're going to do a double stack. Now again, if you guys have these foam strips, you don't have to do this little bit of tedious work about the double stacking here. So I think that I'm going to take a little bit off of Diane's here. Oh, look at this. I got this guy right here. We're going to use him and put him, oh, a little bit too long, but I'm gonna make it work. We're gonna curve it up like that, and I'm gonna put a little bit right there. Okay, slider coat, you like it, good. Perfect, perfect. So that goes right there. So the main thing is when you're done prepping the back of this, that's pretty much what it looks like. I'm not gonna put any there, and it's gonna be okay. You just wanna make sure your penny slides through here freely without getting caught by any, oh, see, look at that. It got caught with that one right there. We're gonna pull that off of there. See, now it should be fine. Well, put that in the garbage. Okay. Your main thing is to test it to make sure that your penny slides really nice. Okay. All right. I think we've got that pretty much prepped. So you've got this going on. I know I got the little garbage can. Actually, I've got this guy right here. You guys, I got my little garbage bag here. I do. I just wasn't putting stuff in it so fast. All right, let's get that all clean. They made a lot of mess though, didn't it? All that backing from the dimensionals. Okay, so, or I could just throw stuff on the floor and then Buzzy could come around and pick it up, right? Put him to work. Okay, so this is how we glue this together. This, I gotta warn you right now, it does not go all the way to the bottom like this. So don't try. It goes up like right about, here's our card here. It goes right about here. And I would do that first before anything else. We're gonna get that glued down. And that is the back hill. Again, I used the thick Whisper White. You sponged it. Hi, Ruth Miller. So that's gonna go, again, you got a little wiggle room on this one. You can go a little up, a little down, but you wanna have that hill. You wanna see some of those snowflakes back there. And it should line up pretty good that it goes the whole length of the card. I tried. So there's that. Then the next thing I'm actually going to put down is this bottom one, because you're thinking right now, like, well, how do you know how high to put this and how high to put this? Because right now, if you put this like that, you'd have a gap right there, and you don't want that gap. So the method to my madness on this one, guys, this goes on first, and you're going to line it up to your corner here like that, and it's going to come all the way over like that. Hi, Bonnie. Okay, so there's our bottom. And you're like, wow, okay, that's not put together. It's close though. So you've got this room here, and that's where we're gonna peel off all the backings, and we're gonna slide this little guy right down in there. So peel off, Mary, I got more backings here. So I'll put them right to the garbage this time so that they don't even make it onto the desk. So main thing on here was that we had a double stack. Oh, you guys, I don't think I ever, I never took that backing off of that one. Ha! Oops. And now that one, that didn't work so good. All right, hang on. We gotta get a little bit more. That's a double stack. So let's grab our scissors back here and we'll do this right there. I didn't even catch that. So we'll put that right back there for our double stack. And I think that's almost everything. Now this is super important, guys. When you're putting this in here, you get like a shot. So don't squish it flat right away. You're just gonna gently lift that edge up and get that down far enough. The main objective is to make sure you're flush on the left and flush on the right. If you're a hair over on one side, it's okay. We can always trim that off. But you see, I was trying to make sure I'm down low enough on the right side so that little gap goes away and that you're just flush left, right. Now, when you got it where you want it, now is where you squish it good. Real good. Okay, so boom. We did it. Okay, success on that part. Yay. Okay. In class, a lot of people wanted to get the little penguin down first, and so I was like, no, he kind of goes at the end because you don't know where he's going to end up with the snow hill. So now we know, like, you could even have his board going down the hill like that, and just, so we've got snowballs and a dude left here. So I glued these flat. So this is a set of 3. I just went flat on here. They go down near the bottom like that. And then our little Sealy dude's got one in his hand. Now, people in class, they were popping this up, so we're going to pop it up. These little mini dimensionals are perfect for these little snowballs. So you can take that, and he's throwing one as he's skating down. And then there's 3. So this die, okay, so the stamp, it's a set of 3. And then the die is set up to be all 3 of them get cut out at the same time. So, oh man, I have a challenge for you guys. I think I need to give a prize away for all the, I do a prize. Okay, so for the monthly creative, the monthly class challenge, you guys can share your cards from this class, and I'll make the prize worthwhile if there's at least 5 of you who share this card that did the online class, who I had to mail the kits out to you. Or, I'm really curious if you didn't have these stamps, how you improvised. Honestly, wow. It's the little critters in this card are what make this card so special, but I know that if you guys don't have them, you're gonna figure out. So here's my question. Does the board go like that, or does the board go like that? So I think I did it like that, so we're gonna go with it like that. So before I really squish that good, I'm gonna make sure that my guy fits on there. He does. So next, I'm gonna pop his hat up with a dimensional, and then I'm gonna glue his foot flat so that he's got multi-adhesive going on. And he's like, woo, I'm flying down the hill with the greatest of ease. Oh, Barb, thanks for sharing yours. I can't wait to see it. I'm so excited to see it. One more snowball, guys. Okay, grab that little mini dimensional and put that in his hand. And he's throwing it at the, oop, that didn't get glued down, but he's throwing it at the seal. Seal's throwing it at him. And we need to get Stella out from her date night and get her, we're gonna Stella up the snowballs a little bit. You could honestly Stella all of the white if you really wanted to. We're gonna Stella the sled here, and we'll do his hat. Now, for you guys that were Stampin' last year, Stampin' Up! Had the puff paint. Hi, Diane. Stampin' Up! Has puff paint. It's not current anymore, but it was from last year. And a lot of people mentioned to me that you could put puff paint on his little hat here for the cotton on the end there. So you could also do the puff paint on these snowballs. So whoop, that's not glued down. But there you go. So there are honestly no rhinestone cowboys on this card. There's no ribbon, but you do have movement. It's a slider card. Yay. All right, so we made it through. We got all 3, so that's my sample. Let's grab the 3 cards that we made and bring them all back in so you guys can see the money shot here. So in case you're still working on them, you can get a final glimpse. You guys, I made the PDF tutorial, and that was emailed out to everybody. I think I did it on Sunday night. So if you can't find it or you lose it, you just let me know. I have a database of all of them. If you're a Be Happy Stamper in my team, you have access to all my PDF tutorials. I basically have a whole file archive. So like Carissa just joined the team. Lila just joined, if you guys didn't know that. Anna just joined. if you go to the file section, the Be Happy Stampers, I have every PDF tutorial that I've ever made for like the last year and a half of every bundle class and every monthly class that I've done. And you can go back and get all those measurements and all those pictures and all the instructions on how to make those cards. So, oh, you like them. So I saved the most tedious one for last. It will be the most challenging for you guys, I think, if you don't have the stamp sets. But I believe that all of you guys are up to the challenge. If you're ever looking for advice or guidance on how to put to do something different, you can always reach out to me. I love to help you guys get your cards done. The last thing I want is for you to feel overwhelmed by them and not put them together. And all the work of me prepping and cutting your paper and then it sits in an envelope, I'd rather have you put them together. So reach out to me if you need help. I'm here to help you. So, oh, yeah. And I'm very, very thankful that I mailed out. So all of you that did both the snowflake class and the monthly class together, like both of them, I mailed those out together. And so some of you got them. I don't know, many people got the snowflake on time, but I think that mostly everybody got the monthly card so that you guys could be stamping with me tonight. So that's awesome. Oh, you really wanted the slide technique on card 3. Oh, you really loved it. Perfect. Okay, the slider's good. So I like the slider card. It was really fun. I got lots of different ideas on Pinterest and I kind of put them all together and married them into that card. So yay. All right, I think that I have to show you who won the cards for last week. Thanks for sharing, Bonnie. So let's see if there's anything else. I have my list here, you guys. I always have a little list of everything that I want to go through beforehand. Okay, just a reminder too, Technique Thursday should be coming up soon. And I'll be live Monday night, provided my paper pumpkin arrives on Monday. And we'll pull it out of the butt, right? With that alternative card. So we'll see how it goes. I never got it, but I did the snowman cards before today. Oh, I really enjoyed the class. Oh, so Mary, you didn't get the PDF. You'll have to confirm for me if you didn't get the PDF, if that's what you meant by you never got it. So you should have gotten it. You were definitely on my list to get it. So I apologize if you didn't, but I will definitely send it if you need it. So, okay. So these were the cards that we made last week. The snowflake cards, just to make sure I got names. I drew the names on the back. Okay, perfect. So these are the cards that we did last week. So this was the Melon Mambo. Thank you so much. Drum roll. Brrr. All right. Winner is Sandy Wicklander. I think I really scribbled your name really fast on here. But I think it's Sandy Wicklander. And you were watching, and I'm not sure if you're still watching. I believe I have your address because you did this class. So yeah, okay, you got your paper pumpkin today, but I do have to pick up the catalog and the honeycomb. Yes, you need to pick up your catalog and the honeycomb. But so Sandy, if you're still watching, you won this card. Congratulations. Drum roll. All right. Luann Johnson, you are the lucky winner of the Pacific Point Embalmy Blue Snowflake card. I don't believe I have your contact information, so I would need that to send your card to you. Oh, man. This one, so pretty with that ribbon. Oh, you know what? I probably need to put an extra one of these little dimensionals back here, guys. I'm going to fix this card real quick. Yay, you're still here, Sandy. Awesome. You won the pink card right here. Okay, winner, chicken dinner is Hillary Rasmussen. You are the lucky winner of the Just Jade and the Pool Party card that I have right here. And my favorite, only because it's purple, and last but not least, drum roll, is Ann Miller. Woohoo, Ann Miller. You took this class last week and you had commented it a bunch of times and your name got drawn for this one. So winner, chicken dinner. Yes, these were so fun, you guys. I didn't want this class to actually happen because I wanted to keep staring at these cards on my board forever. But you got to keep moving forward. So just to prepare you guys, I know that the holidays are coming up and I might not be live as much. I mean, it's going to be more sporadic and not steady. Just to prepare you for January, we've got 3 online classes for January. Well, actually 4. 4. Oh, good. You're welcome, Hillary. So the first Thursday in January, it's not a class where you can get kits, but I have my winter bingo that I'm doing in person. And I'm going to show you guys the 2 cards and how to put them together and just make 2 cards with you that Thursday night. So I'm going to keep it simple. And then the following week is my celebration card class. So I'm going to have a 4-card class, and it's going to be featuring all product out of the celebration catalogs, which I know a lot of you might not have that because you can't start earning it until January. But I will design the cards in a manner that if you don't have the stamps, that you can use interchangeable stuff, a lot easier than the Freeze and Fun one, I promise. But you could also save the kits and earn them. The stamps are basically the paper that's in it would be provided, but if you want the exact same stamps, you could earn them for free with a $50 order starting in January. Merry Christmas to you, Francie. Happy New Year. So the first class where you could get kits for in January is the celebration card class, and then I will have the monthly class, which I haven't designed the cards yet, guys. Don't ask me what they are, but there'll be a Valentine's Day one in there and some other 2 cards. And then the last class of the month is the bundle class, which is the Love You Lots bundle that I'm featuring, which will be for kind of more romantic, redsy, pinky Valentine's Day cardsies. Okay, so that's what's coming up in January. As soon as I have cards designed, I will be publishing them and sharing pictures so that you can see them. Or you can have faith in me and know that the cards are going to be absolutely amazing and sign up for them already now. You can do that, I think. I don't see why not. But I will plan on designing that stuff probably over the Christmas break. So, all right. Yes, Barb said it well. Francie said it well. Wishing everybody a Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah to Ellen and Happy New Year and just happy everything to all of us, right? Happy, what I think I put in all of your Christmas cards is Happy Merry and what did I put? Wishing all of you a happy and merry everything for all of us. So whatever you celebrate or whatever you believe in, I just hope that you have the most amazing season this year, and we're all in this together, and all we want to do is stamp and have fun, and it's just an amazing community that we have here, that we can be so supportive of each other in these crazy trying times. So you guys are amazing. I wish you guys all the best over these next couple weeks, and be safe, be healthy, and stay positive, and stamp as much as you can. Don't go crazy on all that candy, right? But have fun with the family. Oh yes, I cleaned up my scrapbook room through the class. Oh, awesome, Ellen, wonderful. So, okay, you guys, lots of sunshine and hugs and happiness to you. We will see you on Monday night if everything works out with the mail system this week. And until then, enjoy your time. Love you guys. Bye.